What's up, everybody? This is Le Coucher at Yummy Bunny Rabbitry, and it is Butcher Day. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different today because out here in Lagos, Nigeria, sunny Africa, we often eat our rabbits with the skin on. I'm going to do a full how-to of how we go about that, from butcher all the way through to flaming it, getting all the fur off, how we're going to cut, where we're going to cut, and why we're going to do these things. Now you may be wondering, why would I possibly want to eat my rabbit with the skin on? Well, there's three reasons for that. First of all, the yield is higher, okay? The second reason is because of the flavor and the taste. You get a nice smoky flavor on that. And the third reason is because we are preserving culture, we're preserving tradition. What you're gonna need if you wanna do this is you're gonna need an outdoor grill, like I have here, or barbecue, that kind of thing. You're gonna need a blowtorch, right? You're gonna need a blowtorch like this one, a gas blowtorch attached to a propane tank, preferably. That's gonna allow you to burn your rabbit evenly and cleanly. And in addition to that, you're also gonna need a brush, like I've got here. You're gonna need some good knives. I've got one here, and I've got more on the other side. And you're also gonna need an oven that is capable of cooking at low temperatures. I typically start my oven cooking at around 160 Fahrenheit, and then eventually by the time I'm done, I'll end up cooking at sort of 320, 325. In addition to that, you're also going to want a large bucket where you can fit all your rabbits in. You can submerge them and soak them in water. You're going to use salt and sugared water, a kind of mild brine solution. So we're going to use the opportunity and soak it in that salt water to get the blood out of the meat, to get the salt into the meat, and also because salt acts as a mild antiseptic, that's also going to allow you to cure your meat a little bit better. So we're going to get into it now, and I'm going to start flaming up these rabbits, and yeah, let's have a look what it's like. Where is my lighter? Give me the lighter. There we go. So, at the end of the process, using that gas blowtorch, you should have something that looks a little bit like this, right? We've burnt off all of the fur, we've left the skin, and we're ready to get on to gutting the animal. That's the next step. So we're going to go over to the sink area where we can have fresh running water, and we can do that. And so now we are going to head over to the sink area to cut into this meat. Let's go and let's get that done. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean off the excess char on our meat. So just going to run it under the water and rub it gently with the brush. Just use some friction just to get that last bit of every part of the animal. Just want to get sort of browny, yellowy, pale color. Try and make sure you're not going too rough, because we will begin to rip at the skin just a little bit. You don't want to do that too much. So there you are. That's what your animal looks like after it's been rinsed. So that's before rinsing, that's after rinsing and washing down with a brush. I'm going to do the remaining. So I've got these four here, right? Now what I'm going to do, so normally what people will do is they will put the knife into the abdomen and they pull out the intestines that way. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go through the thorax and I'm going to pull out the intestines through the top. Right? I'm going to cut upwards, and now the animal begins to bleed. I'm going to cut upwards, the thorax, and then open, work that opening, and now with running water right there, with the running water right there, I can just gently, with my hands, okay, work that intestine, small intestine comes out, really gently work out those guts, making sure you don't rupture them, and you should come out fairly easily. There we go. All good. Keeping that water flowing. And now I think the stomach's coming out. So now I can actually work with my knife. I'm going to use my smaller knife, the sharper one, and begin to work through that abdominal wall. Now that I've got the guts out, one piece, okay? So now what I'm going to do, straight away, grab my knife, go through, open up the pelvis, cut through, got my rabbit flayed, okay, and out come the last of the entrails, and I pop it in to that drum, through the next couple, in similar fashion. Okay, so now I've let my rabbit soak in my salty water for a few hours. Now I've brought it out, ready to start dealing with the jointing of the rabbit. Got my knives here, so I'm in my kitchen, in my home, and just to make it a little bit easier for myself, I usually just take the head off with a nice big machete. So the head comes off. Start by break off the foot. Right. So break off the foot. I mean, it might be easier also. Might be easier with a set of these. That's actually why they're in that particular drawer, so I'm going to be using those for the rest of the process. I want to get into my normal process, so now I'm going to find that particular point, top of the hip bone, and I'm slicing through here, right? Slicing through here, and that way, coming down so that I'm taking off the thigh, so, okay. So, right, so I've got that, goes up, that, coming through, so pick up the other thigh, really sharp knife and cut through, one piece that way, on the other side I do the same thing, I cut through one piece this way. Two, and then I'm going to separate off the shoulder, so I'm going to go look for the shoulder blade, cut underneath it, cut around it, okay, so at the shoulder joint, again on the other side, without going through the bone. Then what I like to do is I like to find where the rib cage stops, stick a knife through there and just pull it through. Same on the other side, stick a knife through there and just pull it through. And then I snap it and then go through it. Blade. Best part, moment of truth, what you've all been waiting for. And it's looking nice, juicy and succulent. That's going to be served for supper. Put the light down. Leave it. Thank you. Cool. That off.